Hello and welcome to Starting Points, where one thing leads to another. What I have for you is two small stacks of titles, books about codes. So I'm going to start with books for younger people because that's in part what Great Reads is about. The great reads for young children, great reads for parents to share with children, and then, of course, great reads for readers who are just reading for themselves or for parents. So it's a blend. So this book is a good starting point because Lou and Clancy's Secret Codes. And here they are. This is by Adrian Mason and Pat Couples, Cupples. And it's a delightful book. So what I want to do is to try to show you, it's got about 40 pages. It's got answers. And it's got just charming pictures and jigsaw puzzle kind of a solution there. And zig and zag, how it works, wheeling words, crosswords, holy codes, lots of ideas. It's just, I think, a clever book to be shared with maybe someone about 8 or so, because a child needs to have some reading sense and word sense and some math sense, and that's just my sort of ballpark feeling on it. How to Write Codes and Send Secret Messages by John Peterson. And this book is might be even easier than the Secret Codes book. This might be a better starting point. The first book, well, no, I don't think so, because the first book of Codes and Ciphers is put together by a couple, and it's, I think, more, there's an index, Navajo Indians, Edgar Allan Poe, Rosetta Stone, Celts, Caesar's Ciphers, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, George Washington. It's got again, I'm saying, 9, 10. This is a library discard, so I don't know which books are available easily anymore on these. This is a book called Codemaster 2. There is a Codemaster 1. The author is Marvin Miller, How to Write and Decode More Top Secret Messages. This is put out by Scholastic, so they have quite a distribution. And Split Letter Code, the Scrambled Code. That is very interesting little setup here, and it's just, well, anybody, even adults. There's some things here that, you look at this and say, oh, I didn't know that. That's a pretty clever telephone code. So well, that's the Code Master. This is How to Keep a Secret. Elizabeth James and Carol Barkin, Barkin. And this is Dell Yearling Books. And there's codes decoded, so your discussion and the answers at the back. And the fortune cookie mystery, and so there's even some old pages that I must have put together that were in the copy, and so see what else. Here's Codes and Secret Writing by Herbert S. Zim. Now, Herbert S. Zim did all those golden nature books on seashells and on snakes and on birds, and here he's done Codes and Secret Writing by Herbert S. Zim. And well, there's a lot more writing here, but a 10-year-old, maybe a 9, 10, 11, 12, but it's much more word-oriented, and answers through practice exercise, books worth knowing, and it gives some other titles. It gives a title that I'm going to show you here, and just and an index here, which touches on things: Pig Latin, Turkey Irish, keyword codes, these wheel codes, fence rail code, Morse code again. Codes and Secret Writing by Herbert S. Zim. This is the same book as this. And this book is shorter by about 2 pages. They left something in there in this book which it's all right to not have in this book. So in the paperback one, authorized abridgment. So the abridgment was to make a very slight change. I think maybe for the better, but it certainly, if you get a hold of this copy, don't worry about it. The Case of the Missing Babe Ruth Baseball by Lucinda Landon, Landon, and it's about Meg McIntosh. 2 mysteries, and 2 mysteries, it's on the back. You just have to turn it over and rotate it. The Case of the Curious Whale Watch. So if you're interested in sports, there's the Babe Ruth baseball. If you're interested in whales, if you're interested in both of them, then there's a good one. Oh, I didn't give you a sense of there's words diagrams, and the same goes for the other part of the book. Eagle Eye Ernie, E-E-E, The Spy Code Caper by Susan Pearson, Pearson. And so it's a story, and codes enter into this story, and solving of it is by chapters, and it develops that way. It's not like here's a code and there's a code. It just is in this book. And here's Nancy Drew, and I got a little curious. I remember Nancy Drew and her piles of different titles that she put out. This is by Evan Morley, Nancy Drew Secret Codes, but the Nancy Drew books were by Carolyn Keene, but that was a pseudonym, and it started in 1930, and now there's over 620 titles as of January 2026, and written by different people over that stretch of time. Just amazing. Well, so this has got solutions. As you can see, it's got all kinds of things. I saw some notes of music there, and music is an amazing code. Somebody can take the music and figure out how to play that music. That's one of the greatest codes ever devised. So, in my opinion. So, separate little problems there that are nice just to play with and puzzle around with. There's all kinds of things out there where one's working with words and this and that, and codes. Same thing, enjoyment and pleasure. This is Lawrence Dwight Smith's Cryptography, the Science of Secret Writing, together with History and Modern Use of Codes and Ciphers, together with 151 Problems and Their Solutions. And this is published by Dover Books, and they've got a great index. Shakespeare-Bacon controversy there. Portuguese letter frequency. Edward Fitzgerald, First World War, and Japanese language, Hawaiian letter frequency, Henry the Fourth of France. So this is getting up to Anna's selected bibliography, and so there's this book, and it's taking it to, I think, a different level. And here's codes, ciphers, and secret writing. Martin Garner. Dover Publication. Dover Publication. Dover Publication. Good old Martin Garner. Well, of course he's going to be interested in it, and he's not going to try to cover all kinds of things, but he's picked his examples carefully, and makes for again, now we're talking 13, 14, 15-year-olds. Alvin's Secret Code by Clifford B. Hicks, Hicks. And there were quite a number of books about Alvin. And it's Alvin Fennell, Fernald. This book was 1963. Alvin Fernald stories. They were mysteries. But Cold Games by Norvin Pallas, Pallas. And that's an interesting idea, to do things perhaps as a challenging code-breaking party, and a different code, or you meet a few times a month or once a month, and I don't know. I do know that there was a period where I read just about all of Sid Fleischman's books. Some were younger with more pictures, and some were older with less pictures. This is Me and the Man on the Moon-Eyed Horse. And this is a novel, and there's a mystery in this, and a code. And here's a more recent writer. Now, I didn't write down when Sid Fleischman wrote this book. It was quite a long time ago, though. Enola Holmes. She was a younger sister. Now, in the Sherlock Holmes books, it is Sherlock Holmes and his brother Mycroft. And I remember first really being introduced when I was about 14, I think. And but this Nancy Springer's written many different series of books, and I think there's about 9 books in this series. And Enola solves mysteries, and there's in I think at least all the ones I've read, there's been codes. And so is the case of the cryptic crinoline, and here's one, the case of the bizarre bouquets. Now, this is a library discard. This I bought in a used bookstore. You just come across some schools do this just as a school. This book's not been checked out in a number of years, and let's make space for other books. And the public library here, they don't know. They order, 2 copies of a book. They find that, people are excited by this, and they've got a waiting list of sometimes over 100 people. And when that happens, then they go and order maybe 40 copies to try to circulate this and satisfy this interest. And after the interest dies away, what are we going to do with these 40 books? And so they put some of them into a library book sale, and that's a good place to go and just browse. Well, thanks for joining me. Until next time, bye for now.